Hello, I'm Jash, and welcome to another episode of Jash Reads. Today, we are going to do the little outro video for Animorphs number 8, The Alien by Kate Applegate, which means I'll be pointing out my top 5 things I noticed, and I noticed that anything about Axe and Tobias is gone, and I was like, when I write these lists, I'm like top 5 things, and sometimes things are missing. So that's one thing I wish I could have wiggled in somehow. And also, this is my second time doing a video where the camera is right there, and so I have to look at that, but then on the screen over here is where it actually shows the streaming information and everything else. So if I suddenly look to the side and you're like, why is she doing that? It's because I'm still getting used to this little setup. Okay. So Animorphs number 8, The Alien, was the first book in the series fully narrated by Axe. Now, we did have some chapters in the first Megamorphs book where we got to see from his point of view, but this is the first time we really got to get into Axe's hooves and understand exactly what he's going through. And the whole concept of Axe of being alone and trying to adjust to this strange new world he's found himself in, having to debate what stance he should take with the Animorphs. Should be open? Should he follow the laws? It was very compelling. So yeah. I love my baby Axe. I don't like a good majority of the Andalites for reasons that are starting to become clear in this book and will become more clear in later books. But Axe is just one of the few I really enjoy being with. So let's look at the top 5 things I noticed in Animorphs number 8, The Alien by K.A. Applegate. And I just noted, oh, the person's back. Never mind. Okay, first thing, and remember, these are in no particular order. First thing, number 1, Axe's hero worship of Alfangor. I am the oldest sibling, and so I've never worshipped an older sibling for obvious reasons. The closest I can get is admiring my siblings. From that standpoint, I still don't admire any of my siblings like Axe does Alfangor, and I'm really glad none of them watch my videos. At least I don't think so. I don't wish I had the same jobs or being thought of as good as them. However, I still I can't pronounce words. Anyways, however, I still feel for how Axe is constantly at odds with admiring Alfangor and loathing being in his shadow. This makes Lyrum calling Axe just like Alfangor so meaningful. Finally, Axe is just as good as his brother, though in a way he would have never expected. Thing 2 I noticed, Cassie's kindness to Axe. Cassie has always been the most caring of the Animorphs. She invites Axe for dinner because she doesn't like him feeling as if he is all alone. She doesn't do this out of a need to manipulate him, but because she truly cares for him. And of course, with dinner comes food, which means a lighthearted moment so you don't get too sad while reading. I just loved Axe taste spicy food for the first time. Oh, so adorable. Thing 3, Ciro's kindness. This is a topic that I'll most likely be covering later on in my dramatic reading series of Animorphs. The thing I really want to talk about is something I can't, without giving away major spoilers. It is one of the twists I tend to reference when I remind people there are to be no spoilers in the comments section. But from what I can talk about now, later on in the series, we'll see that the Andalites aren't the most open of people. Axe. Oh, sorry. I was like, axe. I'm thinking of axe so much. I was like, axe. That's totally the same word. Okay. Reading comprehension. Need to focus on that now. As is pointed out by the Animorphs, Zero's kindness goes to extremes to make sure no other species gets information hoarded by the Andalites. Even when a piece of information does not reveal an Andalite's secret and merely helps the Animorphs in their fight against the Yeerks. Zero's kindness makes it so that Axe can't tell his fellow allies what he knows. I get the point of Zero's kindness, but don't think it's effective for anything other than an excuse for Andalites to stay isolated from the rest of the galaxy. Thing 4 I noticed. Andalite politics. From this book, you get a little look into why I loathe the Andalites, at least for the most part. Instead of understanding that Alfangor was giving the humans a fighting chance against the Yeerks, Liram decided that action would taint the hero's reputation. He doesn't even think of a way that the Andalite people could be convinced that Alfangor had been the right. Instead, Liram puts the blame on Axe, a poor, impressionable youth, so that he makes their hero. God, sorry, I'm just so pissed off at this moment. Let's start that again. Instead, Liram puts the blame on Axe, a poor, impressionable youth, so that he makes sure their hero isn't tainted. Of course, fudging the truth so the general public is convinced of a beautiful lie is hardly kept to the confines of fiction, but I don't like to discuss real world politics on this channel, unless it relates heavily to what I'm talking about. Thing number 5. Axe's decision at the end. Throughout this book, Axe has been pulled between two worlds. In one, he has to honor the laws and beliefs he grew up with. In the other one, he has to learn the concept of change and opening up. It isn't hard to see why a child so far from home would be in utter confusion of what to do. It is, after all, comforting to stay with the familiar. Yet, by the end of this book, he has learned that the Animorphs are worthy of his protection and that keeping a strict adherence to Andalite laws would not actually be beneficial. In other words, he really grew up in this book. And now, the moment the one person watching has been looking forward to, I will declare the next book in the series I will be reading. Now remember, some of the Megamorphs and Chronicles books can be read whenever in the series. I won't be going on to the whole decide on a reading order thing here and how I decide on mine. It's yeah, that would take too long. It could not be the point. The next book in the series I will be reading will be Animorphs number 9, The Secret by K.A. Applegate. This is another casting book, and the ending is memorable. If any of you have read the book, you'll definitely remember the ending because yeah, that's definitely one of the parts I can't wait to get to. And of course, as always in Animorphs, with one lovely thing, there's going to be something really horrific. So can't wait to actually show that to you either. And finally, if there is anything about Animorphs number 8, The Alien by Kay Applegate, that I did not talk about in this outro video, and you would like to know my opinions on, please comment below and I will answer. Just remember, I will be doing no major spoilers in the comments section. And until next video, I'm going to turn over here so I can end this stream. Okay, this is like so odd because I'm looking out with the peripheral vision and... Okay, I'm going to perfect this move in the future. God. I was like starting to wait. Bye! Bye! Don't leave me!